Karen Bonafilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Special treat for you today. Anthony is here. I'm going to try to say his name right. Anthony Mikolojeski.
Got it. You got it. Thank you so much, Karen, for inviting me.
Oh, Anthony, I am so excited. We did a meet and greet a while ago, and he was just fabulous. He seriously is.
Oh, thanks.
Well, one thing, I'm very straightforward and I'm very honest. So know that you always get the truth from me. Yeah. So Anthony, before we start, just tell us about yourself, anything you'd like to tell about your background, and then tell us about your journeys, because everybody has a different fascinating journey of how they began the coursework and realizing their abilities. So I'm just going to let you take it away for a little bit.
Okay, here we go. Well, Happy New Year to everyone, first of all. I am a psychic medium. I am also a teacher. I'm certified in sound healing. Let's see. I studied shamanism for about 4 years. I reside here in the Western Mountains of North Carolina, and I've been here for 22 years. Let's see. For most of my life, as a child, I had some, spiritual experiences, visitations, premonitions, that kind of thing. And I went into kind of isolation because I grew up in a very rural area in Northeast Michigan, in a farming area. And I was raised very traditionally as, in the Catholic faith. And my mom was very intuitive, and she wasn't a practicing psychic or medium, but she had those gifts. And so I had someone to talk to from time to time, but I never really, I had no clue that, you could work with people one-on-one at that time. I didn't know that anyone could do this for a living. There were people who were psychic, but I had no clue what a medium was. And so through the course of, having more experiences through my young adulthood, I started going into the cosmetology industry, and I had been there for a course of 44 years. I still do it 2 or 3 days. I know. I know. It's moisturizer.
Products are the key.
Products are
the key.
Yeah. So, working with clients, you're standing right above them when you're working with them. And I started getting, downloads of people's lives psychically. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And then mediumistically, where some of their relatives would come through and tell me a story
of
their life and what's going on in their family currently. And believe it or not, they would tell me this, like the same thing, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes later into the appointment. And, like when you have a client and you're working on them and you're doing color and highlights and a cut, they're there for a couple hours, sometimes 2.5 hours.
Yep.
There's a lot of conversation that's covered within that amount of time.
Oh my God.
And it started freaking me out because I kept thinking like, well, who's talking to me? Because I didn't have the education to know what was going on.
And you're in a different industry.
Right.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, I started taking some psychic development classes after
I want to ask you a question first.
Yeah.
when you are getting all those downloads, and I'm thinking about your background, which is Catholic. So Catholicism doesn't really embrace what you're experiencing, psychic mediumship.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that going on. Did you ever share anything with your clients?
I didn't with the clients. I did share it with my mom, and my mom was supportive to some degree with, just telling me, she's like, listen, there's a lot of things in life that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to life that presents itself to people that are gifted in different ways. And, my dad used to say to me, you have to listen to your mother because she knows, and I've been with her a long time. And, she knows what she's talking about. So if it doesn't make sense to you, you have to trust her. And
wow.
Yeah. And so, that was in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But back to what you're saying, I did share that information with a few of my colleagues that I worked with. And to this day, they remember it because I'm still friends with them on Facebook, and we've known each other for a long time. But they're like, you're always a man of integrity. And if you say that you're a medium and you're a psychic and you're experiencing this, I trust you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, one of my colleagues that I worked with suggested I go see a medium. And so I did. And immediately when I sat down, she says, well, you're a medium and you don't even know this. And I said, I don't think so. And I says, well, what is a medium? And so she explained it to me. And,
I don't think
she says, in down the road, you're going to be a medium. You're going to be working with clients, and you're going to be amazing. You're going to teach this. And I said, you are full of it. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Right.
I'm cutting hair, baby.
I just was in such denial. And I think that's normal. It's not like you wake up one day and you say, I think I'm going to be a medium.
You didn't know what it was.
No. And there's a lot of responsibility that's associated with being a medium and working with clients. You're dealing with the lives of your clients, their traumas and serious situations in their lives.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's very confidential, and I take it very seriously. And my highest intention with what I do is always put out there. And I think the years of doing hair and my intention behind what I did for my clients doing hair, and some of the ethics and professionalism that I learned working with clients carried over into my mediumship.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me out a lot because I was able to work with different clients already. My parents owned a restaurant for 30 years, a restaurant bar business. And I learned a lot working in that environment as well, working with customers. And so I always feel that spirit always prepares you to work with the public or to become the medium when you're ready.
Yes.
They prepare you. And a lot of times you'll have, a lot of mediums will have a lot of pretty harsh experiences in their lives or traumatic experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And isn't it true? Isn't it true for yourself?
Yep.
And what the spirit world is doing is preparing you through those experiences so you can relate to your clients. And having compassion and empathy and love and understanding, all those, and of course the biggest thing is healing, providing the healing for the client.
Right.
Yeah. And comfort. So it's been quite a journey. I started taking, psychic development classes in the beginning, and that gave me the foundation. And and the confidence, actually, because I just couldn't believe like why this was happening. I mean, which I think is very normal when you have never been exposed to the spiritual realm.
Right. And you didn't even know what a medium was.
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew what a psychic was, but
I did.
You
I
did.
did, but I was always told that that's not what you're supposed to do because I was raised Catholic, right? So, you have these conflicting things in your mind. And I can just tell you that I surrendered to it and took classes. And what I found was that these people that were teaching were like, you really have quite an amazing gift. And you're really, you're really good at what you're doing. And it gave me the encouragement and confidence to go forward with more classes. So when I lived in Florida, I lived there for a while, and then I moved here to North Carolina. And of course, I moved to a county, into a city of Asheville, that would not allow you to do readings or get tattoos and parts.
What?
Yes. Yeah. So
wait a minute, back up the truck. How long ago was that?
That I moved here in 2003, and I think that held law for about 4 years.
I cannot believe there's a law like that.
Well, that's what I said when I moved here. I said, "You've got to be kidding me."
I moved here to develop.
Right. I did actually move here thinking that I was going to get, to drop doing hair and really focus on my spiritual practice.
Oh, gosh.
And realizing that I couldn't do it. And so I continued to do education in shamanism, and then I started to study with some main mediums that teach around the world, such as Mavis Patilla and Tony Stockwell, and James Von Prague, just to name a few.
Those are heavy hitters.
Pardon me?
Those are heavy hitters.
Yes, absolutely. I went back into the hair industry in Asheville because I was forced to. Yeah. So then I got so busy, doing hair that I just didn't have the energy for anything else. So I just over a period of a couple years, I started to realize that Spirit was directing me in a different direction. It was just so obvious that they were pushing me to go study. So I went to go study with Tony Stockwell and at Omega, and then I studied with James Von Prague, and I'm certified through James Von Prague. I took a lot of his classes in person, but also his online certification. And Tony Stockwell, I took a lot of classes at Omega, and then I went to Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England. And it's a prestigious college for the science and spiritual path of spiritualism. So it's a spiritualism college, and they teach psychic and development, but they teach the advancement of psychic science and mediumship. That's what I'm trying to say.
Everything you did was like, how do you say that? Creme de la creme, like just all top notch. I mean, seriously.
Well, I kind of learned that when I was in my hair industry. When I worked at a salon where we went to study at Sassoon's and Tony and Guy, Jingles, Rita Rusk Institute in Glasgow, Scotland, Sassoon's in England. And so we did trips sometimes once or twice a year. And so we went for the creme to la creme of education in the salon. And then when I had my own salon, I took my own employees and offered them to go on trips with me. And then eventually,
that's very gracious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they paid half and then I paid half, but it was.
But still, that's really, and it's a win-win situation too.
Right.
Very gracious.
I kind of applied that same way where if I'm going to learn something, I'm going to go right to the top and learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to investigate Mavis Patilla, and she also was a teacher, a superior teacher, tutor, they call her, at Arthur Finley. And Mavis would come around, she taught all over the world, but she'd come to Orlando once or twice a year. And so if she came twice a year, I signed up for her classes, and they were week-long classes in October and then in February. And I took all her classes. I took everything from psychic development to intro to mediumship to advanced, demonstrating mediumship, the history of spiritualism, and which covers the philosophy, the inspirational speaking of spiritualism, and the science and the spiritual path. And for those of you that don't know about spiritualism, it's a organization that started in Lilydale, New York, where I teach there once a year during season. It was founded in 1879, and it's a religion that is comprised of people that are residents that live there at Lilydale, and they practice the faith of spiritualism. And in the practice of spiritualism, we incorporate meditation and healing and mediumship in our church services. So,
wow. No wonder you want me to look at that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Not everybody that lives there at Lilydale is a spiritualist, but they do follow the 7 principles of spiritualism, and so we don't really. There's not a Bible to follow. It's the 7 principles, and so it's a religion that is, to me, has made me feel so comfortable blending in with it because of me being a medium. And so it's kind of the only church that has made me feel just comfortable. So I'm a member of the Church of the Living Spirit in Lilydale, and I've been a member there for 4 years. I'll be going on 5 years. And I just love it. I watch the service online, and sometimes they, pretty much every year they ask me to speak. Sometimes twice a year, but usually it's once a year.
I'm so happy for you. The way it all worked out.
Yeah, I really put a lot of work into it. So, but it's been a process. How do I say? As a medium, we're always constantly learning, right? Even if we're into an advanced level, we're still learning.
Yes.
We're still growing. And the spirit world teaches us, they're teaching us about new things about ourselves, about our mediumship. And then we kind of evolve in our physical life as, when we're not working, our physical life changes and evolves along with our mediumship at the same time. It's really fascinating.
Can you explain that, please?
Yeah. I was talking about the confidence earlier. You will take classes, and for a while, even though you're good at getting the information or the evidence from spirit, there's a part of you that's still doubting yourself because your analytical mind gets in the way, right? And it's really almost like a hairline of a fraction that gets in the way. Yep. It's that sensitive. And so I train my students to, get that analytical mind back here. You're still the person you are, but we want to leave this frontal area here open to receive from spirit. And so when you're in this, go back to the classes. So when you're in these classes, people will say you're doing such a great job, but you're still in your mediumship is evolving, but in your personal life or in your physical being, you're still not confident enough. For whatever reason, something's holding you back from being confident. As the confidence grows with spirit, the confidence builds up within your physical life. So it raises at the same time.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's I don't know how to explain it any better than that. Is that when you start developing a better relationship with those in the spirit world, and trusting that they're your friends, and I make a connection with them almost I would say every day.
Oh yeah, and trusting is key too.
Yeah, it is, and you can spend even just 5 minutes or 4 minutes just in a good appreciation of your life, and asking them what is it that you're looking for next in your mediumship, or thanking them for being there for you. You're developing that wonderful connection with them in spirit. Yeah. And I just think that as your mediumship is developing and getting better and you're getting confidence there, your personal life becomes more confident because it's changed.
I'm applying that to myself, and I'm really agreeing with you. I never thought of it, but it resonates so much.
Yeah, it's simultaneously evolving. And I used to have Mavis tell me in her classes, she used to say to me, and this was in the advanced classes, she'd say, now I'm going to be tougher on all of you, and especially you, Anthony, because I know what you're capable of. And I used to go, really? I don't know what you're capable of, because I still didn't have the confidence. I kept looking.
Don't be hard on me.
Like, why is she saying this to me? I don't know what she means. And she says, you don't know what this means. It's because you don't have enough confidence in yourself and the confidence in spirit.
So you understood later what she was talking about.
Oh, I understand it now, but at the time I was doing Roger Rabbit and going, what?
Yeah, don't pick on me.
Right. But I really feel, Tony Stockwell inspired me. Obviously, James Van Prague inspired me a lot. He's an amazing person as well. But I think as a medium, we resonate with maybe one or two people particularly that we really connect with. And Mavis Patilla was truly the person that I really was inspired by. I mean, in so many other ways, and that's who I connected with. So.
And your journey started early 2000s?
Yeah, I have been doing psychic readings on and off for maybe 25 or 27 years, just for friends. When I lived in Florida, I first started charging people. I had 1 or 2 days that I set aside for readings, and I maybe had like 2 or 3 readings that day or whatever, but then when I moved to Asheville, of course, I couldn't do that anymore.
That's bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really crazy, right?
I cannot believe it didn't even have that as a mandate or a law.
Only me would move to a place where you can do that. I mean, I was like, really?
I moved here to do this, but I can't do it.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So I have my office here where I do live readings. I also do them by phone and on Zoom. And
how far away from you are from Greensboro?
Oh, I'm let's see, from Greensboro, I'm probably about 3 hours.
Okay, I think we talked about that before. Okay.
Yeah, it's about maybe 3.5 hours tops.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the mountains of North Carolina, so we're about say probably about an hour and a half to the Tennessee border, and I'm probably about 50 minutes north of South Carolina. Yeah,
you're really up there. Okay.
Yeah. So anyhow, so I have my office here, and I have clients that are from New York and from New Jersey and from Florida and Pittsburgh and California, and they come to visit Asheville and they look me up and they're like, I'm booking them an appointment with this guy, which is pretty cool, right? So I get people from all over, which is really, really nice.
And people that can't travel though can do Zoom with you.
Yes, they can do Zoom, and they can also have a phone reading too if they're not familiar with Zoom. The energy is the same as it is in person. It doesn't matter.
And both are recorded for that client.
Pardon me?
Both are recorded.
They can record the session. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't provide the recording, but the client is more than welcome to record. Yeah. So you can find me on my Google business page. It's Anthony Mikolojeski, Psychic Medium. And you'll find me,
big last name to get in there, Anthony.
I know, right? But once you put the name in, you can see all my recent reviews there on my Google business page, and then my connection to my website. And my website's AshevilleMedium.com. So it's much easier than Anthony Mikolojeski.
I'm going to look up your website.
Yeah. And
write this down. Yeah.
So I teach classes. I've got some classes coming up.
Are they Zoom classes too, or that you're doing?
These are live classes. I haven't. That's my biggest. That's going to be my challenge for this year. Is I'm going to be offering some Zoom classes. I have never done a Zoom class yet. I know.
What format do you use? What's your recording format that you use?
Oh, I'm going to have to look at that. I mean, I do use Zoom, but I don't know what the recording format would be.
Okay. I know when I needed to check out the recording platform, I asked on Facebook and got a lot of information that way.
Okay.
But then that led to Kelly. So that was really good, who produces this show, which was really nice. I don't know if she does those types of things, but keep that on the back burner too.
Yes.
But so many people can't travel. So having those online classes is wonderful.
That's very true. Yeah. I have just been so busy doing local, in-person classes here locally. And then I travel. So I have my classes in New York at Lilydale, which I do this June. So I have 5 workshop proposals. So they won't be posted on the Lilydale website just yet. Okay. But I would say by February, maybe the end of February, they should have their calendar of events up. Okay. So for all of you who are interested in taking classes, I'll be teaching an Intro to Psychic Development, which I teach you how to work psychically from the inside out without cards or without pendulums or tools. You're using yourself and understanding which chakras that you're working with, which clairs that are associated with the chakras, and finding out how you work, as a psychic. And you can use that if you're in a healing practice. I've had people that were attorneys that were in my classes, and nurses, and different backgrounds, psychologists. And so they're learning how to use the psychic energy to be able to work with their clients as well.
I would have never thought attorneys would be in a psychic class.
I have had them. Yes.
Wow.
I know. That's what I said.
That's a totally different part of your brain that's working on that kind of stuff.
It is. Yeah. So it's been great. I had, so it's a full day class. All those classes will be full days. I'm teaching some intermediate mediumship classes for those who are interested. I have and a couple advanced classes where I'm doing demonstration of mediumship, platform mediumship, which I do. I'm a platform medium, and I get in front of audiences and demonstrate mediumship But I'll be teaching not only demonstrating mediumship, but also remote viewing with your platform mediumship. So you'll be able to get more details and having spirit take you on the journey to the experience to provide more details in your messages.
You have to do Zoom. You have to do this to get it to people like me that live on the other side of this state.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'll be teaching those at Lilydale. So keep your eyes open, and I'd love for all of you to join me.
And that's June.
It is the end of June. It's I'll be there opening weekend, which is the 20th, I think, of June, and then I'll be teaching classes that weekend, and then the following weekend I'll be teaching classes as well. So, yeah. And then I'll be in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado in July, the middle of July, and I'll be there for 2 weeks teaching pretty much the same classes because they're all interested in the same classes.
Do you know that Portland is a really nice market too? If you ever come to the West Coast,
well,
you'd be highly embraced.
I would love to. Just invite me and let me know.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I have 3 questions I want to ask you.
Sure.
Okay, so the first lady that you, when you were still doing hair, and you went to see her, and you were thinking, lady, no way. Did she ever know what became of you, what you've done with your life in the areas of psychic mediumship?
I don't think so. I have a feeling that she's crossed over to the spirit world because that was, 40 some years ago. And I think she was in her, 50s at that time.
Yes. Well, then she does know now.
Well, she probably knows. Yes, definitely. Yeah. And she was in Canada. So I went over to Canada since, Detroit is right there by the Detroit River, and Windsor, Ontario is just on the other side. So I went into another country to have my first reading. So it was very inspiring and life-changing for me,
Okay, so that's the other question. What are the 7 spiritual laws from the church?
Okay.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
You are.
Never mind. I can ask my other question.
I know most of the principles, but I don't know all the 7. I mean, I just don't know.
It's okay. We won't worry about it.
I think
sorry,
you are putting me on the spot.
Let's change the question.
Yeah.
Tell us about, I'm truly interested, shamanism.
Yes. I studied with a woman when I first moved to Asheville because I still wanted to be, on my spiritual path, kind of feeling as though I needed to have that connection. And so I ran across this lady through friends, and she was accepted into the Lakota Indian tribe. And she was a shaman, and she had worked all her life achieving this direction. And so she had a meetup, like a circle meetup. And I was invited through some friends that I met, and they would have it at their home every Sunday. And it was great. It was so great. She really taught me how to ground myself, how to touch base with some of my mediumship. I mean, we did touch base with mediumship in shamanism. It also taught me boundaries, energetic boundaries, because what we do as mediums, it's all energy. We are all energy as humans, plants, the animals, the everything we touch and everything that's manufactured is made with energy.
Right.
And so there was a lot of discipline that I've learned within those 4 years. And how the intention behind what we do. So if you're going to do something, I think you should have the highest intention, not only for yourself, but for the outcome of others as well.
Right.
So people always ask me, well, do you ever run across negative energy or dark energy or that sort of thing? Not not typically. I may find that in people sometimes. But energetically, when I'm working with spirit, my intention is for the highest good. It's a white light. It's the highest spiritual realms. So I'm never running across any of that.
You know, I know that some mediums will say a sage before, a reading or have their protocol.
Yes.
But I also think that, I don't know, that light that person has is not going to draw in those darker energies. It's not going to be the same vibe. They're not going to mesh.
Right.
So I think you're kind of safe. I don't know if safe is the right word.
I'll be honest with you on a personal level. I'm human. I'm not perfect. I'm when I'm working as a medium, I'm Anthony Mikolojeski, the Asheville medium. And when I'm not working and I shut it down, I'm Anthony. I'm working I'm living in my physical life. I think it's important, like for me, when I start my day, like I sage the room before I start, and I sage myself. And what it does is it clears my auric field, my energetic being to be ready to work in my office. And I clear out the space, because I have people that come in this space, and I just want to make sure it's clear, it's nice and clear, and we're on a fresh slate, right? So yeah, I do use some of the sage, and that definitely is used in shamanism. But you don't have to do that. It's my ritual. But I also start with a prayer, and the prayer opens up, and I set my intentions in my prayer. And so, you can just use a prayer to clear the energy of the room and incorporate that in your prayer. You don't have to use sage if you don't want to. Yeah.
I like that. I don't know how to say this right. Palo Santo, the wood.
Yes, Palo Santo.
I love the smell of that. That's what I usually use. But I do have sage too. And you know what? I should be saging or doing that. Sorry.
That was your answer.
Okay, they're telling me I should. Before I get on and do my interviews. So I'm going to move it onto my desk. So I'll have it here now. Yeah.
Well, so the sage is more, to me, is more dense. So it's much stronger, and it clears out any negativity at all. But it also, it's more of the, it's a little more aggressive, the sage. Palo Santo has more of a balance. So the sage is much more male energy, I would say. Palo Santo has the male and the female. So it has the energy to clear the space, but it also sweetens the space at the same time.
So I can use either.
Right.
Yeah, because I love.
Right. Yeah. So sage can clear out all the energy. Like, to me, it clears out everything, right? And typically in shamanism, you'd want to light some sweetgrass to sweeten the energy afterwards, just to lighten the energy.
Right.
So again, it's about the male and the female. The sage is more masculine. The sweetgrass is feminine.
I love that too. I love that also. Yeah.
And Palo Santo is both. So it's the male and the female all in one. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think I'm going to start saging my dogs.
I
don't think they'll like that.
I sage my animals, but they don't like it. They don't like the smoke,
Yeah,
so
they'll run for me.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe if I do it in the office, they won't bark. They're staring at me again right now. Well, they went out and barked, so they figured they should have a cookie. So I'm going to give them a little cookie. Anyway, Anthony, our time is coming to a close, but you are just a wealth of information.
Well, I
love learning.
Except for memorizing all the principles. I'm so sorry. Boy,
I'm going to put you on the spot. So shame on, I'm sorry. Well, even if I had to do the 10 Commandments, I'd have to sit there and think about them before I could get them all through.
I guess you caught me on the spot with that one, because I actually have to go over them and recite them to remember all of them, and then go, okay, now I remember all of them. But it's like, I know that's horrible, but
Do you forgive me?
yes, I will.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta forgive myself. Anyway, so yeah, so I just wanted to thank you so much for having me.
I just have something else I want to ask you, of course.
yeah.
Oh, and I want to let my audience know that I talked to Anthony, and he's going to come and do a live show too, so you can ask him questions. What was the other thing? There was something I was going to ask you. Oh, sometimes I know a gal here does like a Black Friday sale. Do you ever do sales on your classes?
I really don't, because I have really taken the time to work with professionals that I have studied with. And I know that my education that I'm offering is special, because I'm really taking a lot of their
teachings,
ways of teaching and intentions into my teaching, because I honor them 100%. So and you know, I also teach ethics and in my classes, with how to become a medium, not just in the physical sense of understanding your gifts, but there's a whole professional side and ethics that I think a medium needs to know before before working with the public, because I don't, that's not taught typically in classes. And so I teach that in my classes, and I start with the psychic development before you start creating bad habits, because there's a huge responsibility in what we do, but there's also a huge responsibility with how you treat your client and how you work together with another medium. And so we cover all those things, which I think is really important.
Well, we did chat with that before we came on, and and I know what you mean, because sometimes a medium hasn't showed up for an appointment and this is in the past, no one recently, that I had an appointment, they just didn't show up. And so ethics are really important.
They are.
And he wouldn't give me my money back either.
Right. It's there's a lot of things where the ego gets in the way, and sometimes it's just common sense too. And I think, being a professional, you have to be the whole package, and trying to share that information so that they can become the whole package, right? I'm 62. I don't know. For sure I have 10 more years. Maybe I have 20 more years of working, which I will love to do. But I have to pass on that education, right?
Yes.
Because you want it being taught the right way.
And you'll be the creme de la creme also.
Well, if that's what unfolds, that's great, but that's not my intention. My intention is just to teach my highest in standard. And yeah. If that's going to unfold the way it's going to happen, Spirit will let it happen.
That is so true.
Yeah,
you know that.
I don't think you should go into mediumship and to think you're going to become a celebrity, or that's your mission. Do
people do that? Do they go with that intention?
I have met a few, and
really,
and so that's not to me. I don't think that's your highest intention.
No, not at all. It's to be of service.
Right, you're to be of service and
kindness and compassion, and to help somebody with their journey.
Well, it's your spiritual path, which is the most important. And the other most important thing too is that you're working with the divine spirit world. You're dealing with the divine, and so there's a huge responsibility and sacredness to it.
I wonder if those people with the wrong intentions get shut down if spirit shuts them down because their intentions aren't pure. I don't know, because I haven't been training people.
I don't know. I guess the best thing I can say is that I try to stay in my lane and not worry about what other people are doing. And I focus just on my own work.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's how I'm going to answer that.
Yeah. Well, I am sure glad that spirit led me to you.
Well, thank you.
Pleasure. Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else you want to mention before we sign off?
Let's see. I also do animal communication too, and which I think I forgot to mention.
Yeah, you should have been talking to these little jokesters over here.
Yeah, well, maybe on another day when we have a session, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, just tell them.
Yeah. But a lot of times animals will feel my energy on the other side of the screen, and they'll start barking, carrying on like they don't normally do that. And they're just feeling the excitement of the energy from me, you know, because I love them dearly. They're so special. Animals are so special.
You're angels on earth.
Yeah. So I'm so honored. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope to work with you again on another podcast. And
definitely, you know that's going to happen.
And maybe we could be having the audience come, and I could do some readings for them. I'd love to.
You know what? Don't leave, and we'll set something up after we get off.
Okay, great.
All right, Anthony, thank you so much. Just a complete pleasure. I love being in your presence, and I love listening to you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
And you can listen to other interviews. I don't say that to everybody. Don't tell them. Okay, thank you so much, Anthony.
All right, thanks so much. Thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.